It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. So let me start by saying I understand. Let me start by saying that athletes are human beings. It doesn't matter how perfect or amazing they are human beings. And at the end of the day, your well-being and who you are is bigger than anything. At the end of the day, it's just you putting a ball inside a fishnet, ball inside a hoop, or you're just doing somersaults, flips, and so forth for this competition thing. So this thing of the Olympics or the World Cup or the NBA finals, it's not real. What is real is life, real life, who you are, your well-being. So for Simone Biles, if she felt, no, I'm not really mentally right for so forth, bro, that takes priority. Who gives a damn whether, oh my gosh, you let down the team? Who cares? It's freaking gymnastics. Who cares? So you're saying that you now winning gold and helping the US win gold in gymnastics is more important than your well-being? No, screw that. It's not real. So that's one side, but this is this is the gig. This is part and parcel with what being a sports person is about. So when you look at a Muhammad Ali, you look at a Federer, you look at a R9 Ronaldo, Maradona, and so forth. Before that final, before that heavyweights game, before that US Open or Wimbledon final, these guys would have been scared. And the amount of pressure that would have been on would have been huge. Imagine the kind of pressure Mayweather is on. Mayweather is the perfect example. This is a guy who everyone wants to see you lose. Because I can bet you right now, Mayweather will never say, but Mayweather, before he goes to fight, he must be nervous. And the kind of mental anguish he must be dealing with is huge because he knows that I've built up this persona of Money Mayweather where everybody wants us to see me lose and people will go crazy and clown me if I lose. So he knows that he's got to be perfect. He's got to be inch perfect because there are guys out there that want to be that I was the first guy to beat Mayweather. So, but he knows that it is what it is. This is the gig. This is what I signed up for. So, because he'll never show it 100%, I'm sure Mayweather had mental health issues for sure. But he's like, nope, it is what it is. I am the top of the world. Everyone is gunning for me, and I have to just deal with these pressures to say what's up. And I think those are what make the great guys. Imagine how nervous Muhammad Ali would have been before Rumble in the jungle, knowing that this has been hyped up so much. So many people want to see you win, and you're going up against a guy who everyone thought would lubricate him. Let's be real. Everyone thought George Foreman would give birth to Muhammad Ali. Hence why that is one of the great sporting achievements, sporting moments of all time. So it's what it is. Like, if we're being real, you dealing with the pressures mentally is part of you being that great person. But the bigger issue here for Simone Biles is she couldn't give a damn. I think I just read now that she's a sexual assault survivor. So it's like, okay, wait a minute. I know that I'm an inspiration and I'm this sports person and so forth, but wait a minute. If these pressures are too much, it's not that big a deal. You see, for Floyd Mayweather, it was a big deal. Him being undefeated and the best and him getting 50 and 0. For Muhammad Ali, Federer, it was a big deal that no, I remain the best in my sport. For Simone Biles, who knows what other stuff she's been through personally. It's like, no, this gymnastics thing is cool. It's not that big a deal for me. And if it's not, life means more. So it's where it's at. It's just sport. But what is key and what people need to understand is all these guys, and that's why I use the example of Floyd Mayweather, especially like guys like Floyd Mayweather, for sure, that guy would have dealt with some serious mental health issues. And so that nobody would care because he just knows that everyone hates me and everyone wants to see me lose. But he's going to keep that within him because he knows that I've got to go out there and I've got to win because I cannot lose. And that whole thing of pressures of I must be super perfect and ensure that I don't lose because there are guys that want to beat me. He'd have to deal with all that mental stuff, man. But yeah, man, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, the whole mental health thing. And because the mental health and mental fortitude is all part of being great, man. So it's always tough for these athletes.